necessarily impressed. Isaiah Nichols and Eric Gregory really didn't create that much pressure down the middle. It was a lot of linebacker play that led to that elite rush defense. Those guys could step up this weekend, though, as we had 8 men in the rotation on the defensive line. The edge rushers, simple enough, just have to step it up and do better. Dorian Gerald and Trey Williams have to be getting pressure on Card, or else it could be a long day if he's in the pocket forever, and then he can move around the pocket pretty simple and easy, because Card has fantastic legs. And then backups to those guys are Jashad Stewart and Zach Williams. I'm not sure if we'll see a full-blown, 8-9-man rotation, probably 6 to 7. You just cannot repeat what happened in that first half against Rice if you're this Arkansas defensive line. At linebacker, you got Grant Morgan as the number 1. Last game, he was ejected due to targeting, so he really didn't see that much of him. Just has to pick up off where he left last year before he got hurt in the Missouri game. It wasn't a major injury or anything. That's just the last game he played in. At the other linebacker spot will be Hayden Henry to start, and then Poole will come out in the second half. I expect them to split reps. And then Andrew Parker could be a game changer as well. He really impressed me with his offseason work, and his debut in that Rice game really had the edge on confidence in something that wasn't seen last season. To win this battle up front on the passing rush game and rushing game would be just to get pressure, tackle efficiently, and play clean with less penalties. You can't be giving up targeting penalties and be ejecting superstars like Callan, who got some last year, or Morgan, Poole, etc. You gotta also not, get face mask penalties, things like that. And really that goes along with no penalties is special teams. You've got to be able to block, get off punts faster. Kick returns can't have fumbles there. I'm not really previewing those that much in depth, but you've just got to be able to play clean and make less mistakes on the fronts on both of those. There's really no reason that Arkansas still should be having special teams mistakes. It's really frustrating because you're giving up points in field position so much. Man, oh man, is there some history between these two teams, Arkansas and Texas. If you talk to a fan who's a little bit older, they'll just hate Texas. They will see that Texas, and they will be like, that's the team I hate the most. A younger fan might be a little different. And myself as a younger fan, I'm kind of learning that Texas hate that my parents and grandparents had. I mean, this was the team that Arkansas looked at every single year and was like, I just want to beat them so bad. And whatever team that is for you personally now might be a little different. But there's a lot of history between these two teams. Former Southwest Conference opponents. And if you think back last time these two teams played in the Texas Bowl, Arkansas won. It was Brett Bielema back then. He won 31-7, shut down that Texas offense. I think they had less than 60 total yards, winning 31-7. That was a fantastic game. Probably one of the high points of the Bielema era. And just overall, lots of history between these two teams. I mean, there's a reason this is on primetime on ESPN. But you don't want to let that history and rivalry affect your game prep. You want to prepare for like it's any other opponent, whether that be like Mississippi State, Auburn, whatever. You want to prepare like they're any other team. Don't let that get ahead of yourself. And Sarkisian was kind of saying that about Texas too, which is where I got that idea. Now, if you look at the Vegas odds right now on Tuesday, they have Texas minus 6.5. That'd be Arkansas plus 6.5 on the other end. Over-under set at 57, and the Arkansas money line being plus 205. Beforehand, if you got early lines, it was somewhere around 3 or 4. And then after Texas had a pretty impressive week 1, Arkansas kind of disappointed in their week 1 debut. It went towards Texas a lot. I wouldn't be shocked if it's Texas minus 7, 7.5. I do like Arkansas and the points, but this is not betting advice. I'm not a betting man, just my personal thoughts.
It's time for Sam's prediction. Sam's prediction.
My prediction for this game is Texas winning 24-21. That being said, that doesn't mean Arkansas can't win. Arkansas has a road to victory. I think this pretty painted out and clear. To act like Texas is some 21-point favorite because they're a ranked team is just inaccurate. It's a 6-point line. QB play must be better for Arkansas to win this game. Pass rush is a huge point as well. I really could see it going either way in terms of the score. I mean, this is going to be a close game, and whichever team makes less mistakes will win. Third down both ways on defense and offense, and let your superstars shine in Burks, Callan, and Morgan. That's going to be key for Arkansas. I have Texas just winning by a little bit because I'm not sure if all those things are going to be achievable. I think Arkansas has the potential, and KJ Jefferson has shown the potential to be a game manager quarterback and lead the team to a high-scoring offense. I mean, 38 points last week, 48 points against Missouri. If you look at the time since Chad Morris that Arkansas has scored 38 or more, it's been with KJ under center. And I'm not saying that is because of KJ. It's just something that possibly should be noted. I think Arkansas has a path to win this game. I just think Texas edges them out in the final minutes. However, I'm more than happy to be wrong. Like I said, though, I hope my prediction is wrong. I'd love to see the Hogs come out on top of this one. Last year, I didn't pick football games that well at all in terms of wins and losses. So, hey, maybe I'm a curse to this team, and they'll win. Now, I'll be back on Monday with a recap of this Texas game, and then on Wednesday, I'll have a preview of Georgia Southern as normal. Y'all know the deal, though. Make sure to subscribe, 5-star review on any platform you're listening to. I really appreciate the recent support on the podcast. My numbers have been higher than ever. Thousands and thousands of downloads. I appreciate all of you guys listening to the show. But, y'all know the deal. Horns down, and we'll pig suey.
That's all for today's episode of All Hog Sports with Sam Stimpson. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode covering all Arkansas Razorback sports. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on social media too. On Twitter and Instagram at All Hog Sports Pod. Like on Facebook at All Hog Sports and Arkansas Razorbacks Podcast. And on YouTube at that same name. All ways to listen and our social media links are at linktr.ee/allhogsports. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Go Hogs!